$39 a month feature there where you can have up to 150 people in the room, and I think up to 6 people on cam, and the quality is really good, and the audio is really good. You know, for $40 a month, I think it's probably worth it. If, you know, especially for people that do this on a daily or almost daily basis. You know, $1 a day. And the idea is, so the thing in the belly shrunk. If it did, then they know it's one type of cancer. If it didn't, then they know it's another kind. And then they want to check the thing in her chest to see if it's expanding. Then from there, once they get those pictures, they're going to tell us what the options are.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
A truly gorgeous afternoon for baseball now from sunny AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today, Getaway's 3-game series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
San Francisco Giants, even though I'm a New York Yankees fan.
A chance here to check out the starting lineup for the visiting Pirates. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, guys, Jung-Ho Kang is someone to really pay attention to right now. He sports a batting average with runners in scoring position over 300, so you could say he relishes in those big moments. We'll see if that's the case in this one.
Chris Heston, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. EK, what's the... Coming to the plate now, Scott Raw, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
A fastball here as they'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Eric, we take a look at the Pirates as they take the field here this afternoon. It was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done him any. Hold on now, that ball is down and could score a run. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight.
Brandon Belt will stand in, and you can see that surprisingly he hits better versus left-handed pitching than he does against righties.
Oh, man. Oh, that's sick. Oh, play me out there, man.
Josh Harrison will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit in the air out to center field. Ra will wait on it. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 1. Scott Raw is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And I think we mentioned it already, but that extended his hitting streak. Swinging a hot bat right now.
There's the sinker to start him out, missing down and away for ball 1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Blanco's running. Pitch outside the throw. And no throw, as it turns out, as he takes second with ease. Hot shot on the ground is short. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Back now in San Francisco with our presentation of Major League Baseball on the show. Thanks for joining us. Jordy Mercer will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, that was a rough one yesterday, but he's still hitting over 300 in his last 10 games.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Ra has a play. And that's the first out of the inning.
When I first created this guy,
batting ninth, the pitcher number 40.
Scott Ra gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the 4th.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
I'm not going to be able to keep him at 44.
Lock sets. Here's the first pitch. In the dirt here, but fortunately here, no advance.
And, of course, 24 is also.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Hit hard on the ground to second.
See the speed he's up there.
Throw on to first, and the Giants will be turned away here as that ends the inning. Giants leave a couple. They lead it 2-1.
Kind of like Freddie Lynn. He should play center field for the Red Sox, even though I hate the Red Sox with a passion. But I always liked Freddie Lynn, so I chose 19. That was his number with the Red Sox.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Scott Ra, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Oh, he's got great numbers against the right-handed pitcher, hitting over 350 this year.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 on its way. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out and a runner on second base. Swing and a ball line hard towards short. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. They're going to try to wave that runner around third. On the tag from Cervelli, he's out at the plate.
Yeah, normally teams have their weakest arm out there in left field, but he says, what? You're going to run on me? Oh, no, I don't think so. He comes up throwing here and nails his man at home.
Brandon Belt digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch inside. The throw. Not in time as he steals second.
Boy, I think he's pretty lucky to get in there safely on this play. It's a decent jump, but I think a good throw might nail him down there. Instead, you see it's wide of the mark, off to the shortstop side of the base, and he's able to beat that tag to get in safely.
Ah, you missed me. Let's do this.
Ken Mackey strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Josh Harrison will step forward now to lead things off, and after that last half inning, his guys are going to have some work to do.
Yeah, those 5-run innings are tough to bounce back from, but there's still time. They don't need to panic. They just need to focus on getting a few guys on base here.
And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. Striding into the box, Andrew McCutchen. He singled his last time up. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. Calling for it, Hence, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Like a good center fielder should do.
Scott Raw digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Centerfielder.
And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes.
Not a lot of movement.
Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
I can't be an American player at the same time.
Feliz sets. Here's the 1-1. Up high. 2-1 now.
Seriously, I'm only 6'1". I'm not 6'5". Come on. Come on, I'm 6'1". That's just the in real life.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Outside and a full count, 3-2. On deck, the left-handed hitting Brandon Belt. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. After it is Marte. One down. And fellas, as always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he wound up being a pretty tough out. You see the 3 hits.
Okay. What am I going to do here? Perfect. Ooh. Now we're playing the Mets. It's 61-59 and we're 79-48. Currently we are in first place by 7.5 games over the Giants. Mike Guy was called up just before the All-Star break after crushing it in a Double-A and spending a little bit of time into Triple-A. And he was immediately inserted as a starter. Okay. Oh, gonna come in as a pinch hitter. That's nice.
So it would appear we'll have a pinch hitter coming on now with a runner at first and one gone.
That guy over there.
Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. Scott Raw is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
And he misses again, 2-0.
He's showing pretty good patience here for a rookie. Those were 2 tough takes, but he's got it to 2-0.
And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. And he pushed it just a bit too much. It'll wind up a foul ball. Mejia sets. Here's the 2-1. Runners off for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease. Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. A throw behind the runner at second. And the runner will get back standing.
Keeping him close.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Yeah, maybe a little bit extra on this 2-2 fastball. Here it is on show track, and you can see it.
And, boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you, and he came on.
We are under the lights here on a Friday night at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. First pitch of a great pitcher's duel is coming up next. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, Matt, I think the cleanup hitter might be the difference maker in this game. He's been hitting the cover off the ball lately, batting over .350 in the last 10 games.
Johnny Cueto, the right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, Matty, he had a great first half. It even earned him an all-star berth. Hopes to continue that here in the second.
David Wright will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night. The 2-1 on its way. High in the air and deep to left center field. Ra ranging back, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he'll cruise into the bag at second with a 1-out double.
Yeah, and this is just a cut fastball that he's trying to go backdoor with, but he didn't do what he wanted to do with the pitch. It's right out over the heart of the plate, and that's almost like batting practice to a major league hitter. He's not going to miss that.
Neil Walker will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play.
Well, right now he's in the prime of his career, so these are the years you'd really expect to see the best of what a guy's going to have to offer.
Ra is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2. And now a chance to...
His on-base percentage over the last 10 games is over 500. He's been absolutely on fire at the plate, so they're going to have to be very careful about how they approach him.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Ra ranging forward. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. So a sigh of relief there as they work out a potential. Scott Ra will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Good swing. Just got to try and straighten that one out. And there goes Pence. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. A pause and the 0-2. And a wasted pitch there, 1-2. EK, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And they've split the first 4 games on this.
Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Well, we've seen a couple really good swings here early on. And that's a good one there as this ball's going to plug the gap for 2 bases and give his guys the early 1-0 lead.
Brandon Belt will stand in now. He drove in all 3 of his club's runs in that ball game a night ago. Buster Posey will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, baseball can be a humbling game. Yesterday wasn't a good day for him, but over the season, he's hitting over 300.
Probably the best catcher in baseball. He was in the Yankees.
Brandon Crawford will get his first shot down, and he's seen that average climb a bit here recently thanks to what he's done over the course of these last 5 ball games. Neil Walker is at the plate now, flied out in his first at-bat. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Ra moves over, and he makes the catch for the second out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
Yeah, and you can find him one spot off the top. Second in the league right now.
And you can see he's way late getting that barrel.
Scott Ra comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
And you know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact and he can run.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Cespedes is there, and it takes just one pitch to retire the leadoff. Scott Ra gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point.
Scott Ra.
Hard liner to center field. In there, a base hit.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less than a 2-hit ball game from this guy. I mean, he's been as hot as anybody lately, and he comes through again here.
Brandon Belt digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
Brandon will have a belt. You know, belt, a booze. Never mind.
Buster Posey comes to the plate with the bases juiced, and it seems a big hit here could really put this one out of reach.
Any glimmer of hope for those guys in the field would have to be gone if he comes through with a big knock right here.
Brandon Crawford comes to the plate looking to deliver with the bases loaded and 2 men gone.
Well, these are those situations that kids go through in the backyard. Bases juiced, 2 outs. He needs to stay within himself and just focus on making good contact.
And guys, the Giants were buoyed tonight by a fine offensive performance turned in by this man, Denard Span. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
9 hits.
True.
None like it in all of baseball. A look at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game series between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. Giants baseball is next on the show. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third. He hasn't been missing much lately, hitting 3 home runs over the last 10 ball games. Not an eye-popping statistic, but still a good indication that he's been in a groove at the plate.
Jeff Samardzija is on the mound for the Giants in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, he's looking to knock down that ERA. You see there, he's into the 4s, looking to have a little better start.
David Wright will stand in here. He drove in 1 of their 2 runs in last night's ball game.
Well, yesterday he just kept things rolling. You know, he's had 8 RBIs in his last 10 games. I got to take that.
High and deep to left center field. Ra ranging back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall, and he will make it there with a double to start the ball game.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit.
Yoenis Cespedes will stand in now, and obviously one to be careful with, as you see there, currently leading the senior circuit in long balls.
And if the power is there, this is when you expect to see it. He's right in the prime of his career and having a big year.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Now a reach, and he takes a tumble here, but hangs on for the first out.
Wow, tough play.
The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
And that's a good job in that situation. You'd love a base hit, but hey, the bottom line is you've got to produce a run, and he did.
Scott Raw will get his first shot here. A couple of hits in 4 trips last night.
Well, you know, he's been averaging at least an RBI per game over his last 10, so yesterday's performance shouldn't have come as any big surprise to anybody.
It's me right here in the center field. Here's the right fielder. Or maybe I wasn't. Or maybe it wasn't. Which one did you do? Alright, let's see. Ball's hit. Pitch. Okay. I just want to see where I catch this thing. Because I went behind the right fielder. I'm just wondering where I caught this thing. Okay. Or maybe it breaks something. Okay. Here's the right fielder. He's making a move to okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Good touch. Fires it. Pushes too deep. Okay. Whatever. Okay, I see.
Harvey steps into his windup. Here's the first pitch. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Cespedes going back at the track. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run. Solo shot to right center. And the Giants have struck for a run. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
Wow, after the first 2 hitters, this inning didn't look like it was going anywhere. But you talk to a lot of hitters, and they'll tell you if they come up with 2 outs and nobody on, that's where they get selfish and try to swing for the fences. And that's what he did right there and launched.
Scott Raw stands in, the 8th batter of the inning now with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Yeah, you know, and this could get ugly in a hurry. Or pretty, I guess, depending on which dugout you're sitting in. Ball 1, no strike.
And this is taken outside for ball 1.
You know, guys, these hitters have had a good look at that slider so far. And they've been told, let that thing go and wait for something better out over the plate.
That evens it up 1-1. Looking to minimize the damage here. This is line to left. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. 1 run scores. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's cut off, so all 3 runners are in to score.
Well, that takes a close ball game and pretty much breaks it wide open. He's able to clear the bases with that triple, so now all of a sudden, that 1-run lead swells all the way to 4.
Brandon Belt stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Striding into the box, Yoenis Cespedes earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Samardzija sets. Here's the 1-2. Lifted into center field. Ra sprinting after it. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's 1 away. Scott Ra strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Center fielder, Scott.
Harvey pauses. Here comes the first pitch. Pulled toward right center field. And Cespedes will put this one away to retire the side. 1 left for San Francisco. They lead it 6-2.
It wasn't. Probably the Bay Area wind, you know? They got a lot of wind out in the Bay Area. Knocks a lot of balls down. 16, 17.
High in the air out to center field. Ra has it in his tracks. And that ends the inning. Mets strand one. They still trail here. Scott Raw will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. Liner toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
The minute he hits that...
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a couple of hits, but more importantly, that big home run, which really led his guys.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter here with the bases empty and one gone in the inning.
Now batting, center fielder, Scott Raw.
High and deep to right center field. Cespedes going back on it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. So not quite enough to get the ball out of the ballpark here, and that's been a common theme as power has been in short supply. We'll take a look at the teams with the fewest home runs this season.
Yeah, Matt, as we take a look at this graphic here, you can see this isn't one of the stats. This
AT&T is really not known as a place to hit a lot of home runs. And Michigan's Barry Bonds.
And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Neil Walker. What a performance he turned in. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, you see a couple of hits for him.
.364 points. Let's see what I want to do here. More power? More power. 79. I can't go to 79. Batting clutch. That's 85. Alright, let's see. We're at the tail end of August. Okay. Like I said, I was called up just before the All-Star game. First appearance, Dodgers.
A beautiful summer night in Southern California from Dodger Stadium. Tonight, the opener of a three-game series between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Buster and Adrian go at it head-to-head next on the show. And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, Matt, I think the guy to watch is Matt Duffy, the Duff Man. He's looking to extend his hitting streak to an even 10 games. I like his chances with the way he's been swinging the bat.
Clayton Kershaw, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, if we take a look here, left-handed hitters are hitting less than 250 against him. He's really been able to dominate them.
Scott Raw heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Center fielder, number 19.
And here's a swing and a miss on the game's first pitch, and that's how we'll get started in the Tuesday opener. Eric, you look at your former employers, the Dodgers, as they enter play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
And the even better news for them is that they've got their ace going here tonight. So you have to figure that all signs are pointing toward another victory here. That's definitely a good start when you're facing a guy like this in his home park. You've got to find a way to put some pressure on him. Don't want him to.
Into the box, Hunter Pence. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Buster Posey will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play.
Well, I don't think this should be a surprise to anybody. Most people know he's one of the best hitters in baseball.
Scored. Come up again. We're up to nothing.
Scott Raw will stand in. He singled to lead off the ball game and later came around to score the game's first run. Kershaw's ready. Here's the first pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Ethier is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. Giants are down 1-2-3. They're up 2-0. Justin Turner will stand in, and you see what he's done over the past 4 games, as hot as they come. Here's the 1-2 delivery. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he's in there safely. He's got a double. So the double puts him right into scoring position here to kick off the home second. Kike Hernandez stands in for the second time. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Raw giving chase. And he makes the catch for the second out. Scott Raw will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
You know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
On the ground to Kendrick. This might be 2. One there. Back to Adrian, and it's a double play. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Scott Raw, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Well, he's batting lefty right now, but doesn't matter. He can hit from either side of the plate.
In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, and the Giants have opened up their lead now 4-0.
Since July, that should say. I think if I remember right, he was called up just before the All-Star break. July.
Yeah, and this is just a fastball right here, but I'm pretty sure it's not where he wanted it. This has got some elevation to it, and that's one of those where you know it's going to be a home run as soon as you let go of it.
Adrian Gonzalez will stand in now, and he's been kept quiet out of the number 3 hole, hitless in his 3 at-bats so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the better hitters in this lineup, and that's why he's in the middle of the order. He just hasn't been able to get it going today. It happens.
And Pence is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. 2 runs here on 2 hits, with one of them being the home run. 9th inning coming up. The Giants lead it 4-2. Scott Raw will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run in the ball game, and on cue, there it was back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. Hernandez racing back, still ranging back, gone. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his second of the game. And just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
With the bottom of the ninth still to come, any little bit helps. Although there's nothing little about this swing. That was a bomb, and it pushes the lead up to 3 now here in the top half.
I believe he's going to play for Reds for Paul O'Neill.
And quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy that made the difference, there he is. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB. A beautiful summer night in Southern California from Dodger Stadium. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Should see some great battles out of these two next on the show. And a look now at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now. He's been on an absolute tear lately, hitting over 500 in his last 10 ball games. The baseball must look like a beach ball to him right now at the plate.
Hyunjin Ryu, the Korean lefty, will be the starter in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, one of the anomalies of this season, he has just not pitched well at home. Really struggled all season long. Well, first pitch of the game, a lot of guys on the mound are thinking, all right, let's just get ahead here with the fastball. And he was having none of it at the plate. Drives this one for a solid single to start things out.
Hunter Pence will stand in, and he's been a tough out these past couple of weeks as you see the average there over the course of the last 9 ball games.
I think if you're the ballpark, has either been remodeled or torn down and rebuilt. It could be.
Scott Ra steps in, batting from the right side with the left-hander on the mound.
Scott Ra.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left, and the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here.
You gotta stop throwing the ball so they can hold it.
Hunter Pence gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Justin Turner gets his first shot now, and he's working on a modest 5-game hitting streak. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And with that, let's take a look at the defense for the San Francisco Giants. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, they have the best fielding percentage in all of Major League Baseball. They catch a ball as well as anybody. When you're doing that, you really help out your pitching staff. Can't wait to watch this one.
Yasmani Grandal will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. And here's a ball hit in the air. Tomlinson has got it, and the side is retired. Howie Kendrick will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Hit high and deep out to left center field. Raw going back on it. Gone! A solo shot there for Howie Kendrick. 6th home run on the season for him. As they get on the board, it's 4-1 now.
And about the only silver lining to this one from a defensive standpoint.
Settling in now, Hyunjin Ryu, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Fly ball out toward left center field. Ra will slide over and put this one away, and that's out number 1.
Sorry, no hit for you today.
Scott Ra heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Ryu steps into his windup. Here he comes 0-1. High in the air and deep to left center field. Peterson looks up. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. So a solo shot here to left center field. Home run number 5 on the year as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
And this is one of those guys that we consider to be part of that new breed of leadoff hitter. You know, it used to be that your leadoff guy was a guy that might hit 3 or 4 home runs a year. But nowadays, managers are realizing, hey, my leadoff guy is going to get more.
Trace Thompson will come forward now to start out their half of the 6th, and they've found it rough sailing against this starter so far as he's yielded just 2 hits through the first 5.
Not too many hard hit balls there either. He's had him off balance all game.
Ra comes on now, and he has it 1 down. So yet another strong outing for him tonight as we show you the league leaders in ERA.
Yeah, and you can find him one spot on.
Scott Ra will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ballgame to this point.
Real baseball, not this.
Swing hard liner to left center. And they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through.
Man, these guys have been aggressive here early in the count. Some people think, oh, you might want to take a pitch to start an at-bat. And sometimes that's great, and it works out for a lot of people. But what you should be thinking is, I got to swing at strikes.
Hunter Pence will step in, a ground-out victim his last time. Buster Posey will stand in, and they've been able to hold him in check so far. 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that he's been a non-factor in this one. Usually a major force in their offense.
Brandon Belt steps in, working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Howie Kendrick will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Bumgarner into his motion. Here's the 0-2. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the 2nd out of the inning.
The pitcher, number 50.
Scott Ra is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the 5th.
Scott Ra.
First pitch on its way. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Launch to right field and deep. Back goes Puig, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And he'll pull in there with a 1-out double. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here, and those don't come along every day. Digging in, Hunter Pence. He'll look to keep it going 3 for 4 so far in the ball game. 1 out and a runner on second base. And guys, the Giants were buoyed tonight by a fine offensive performance turned in by this man, Hunter Pence. What a performance he turned in. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, Matty, he definitely led the way. You'll see there, he turned in a 4-hit performance, and that definitely keyed his guys to the victory.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Back here on the MLB pregame show, Matt Vasgersian getting you set for the finale of this 3-game set. That'll come your way in mere moments, but first we'll take a look at the Topps Player Spotlight. Scott Raw is our subject as he comes off one of his better showings of the year. In his last contest, an impressive 5-hit performance, and really led the charge offensively for this ball club.
Yeah, and let me tell you,
Dodger Stadium on a Thursday night. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Buster and Adrian go at it head-to-head next on the show.
Cubs and Cardinals are another great rivalry. Which is intensifying now for Fulton.
And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. Who's the one to watch, EK?
well, I'll be keeping an eye on what that leadoff hitter can do in this one. He's been a menace to opposing pitchers lately. He's hit 4 home runs in the last 10 ball games. He's shown that he's a serious power threat, so they better be careful not to leave any mistakes out over the plate.
Number 18 gets the start for Los Angeles in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, you take a look at that whip. It's under 1-2, which tells me he's been pretty darn effective all year long. We'll see how he does in this one.
Scott Ross strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening. Hit hard to the right side. Foul.
They like Greinke though.
First pitch, 7-11.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. And a look now at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. Eric, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that number 2 spot. He delivered when it really mattered last game, driving in 4 runs.
Corey Seager will dig in now. 1 home run shy of 20 for the season so far. Cueto pauses on his way with the 3-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. In there, a base hit. And the throw will come in quickly from center, so despite the hit and run, they won't get the extra base here. Scott Raw digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
And that's lifted the other way out to left. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move. Scott Raw will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line driver right back up the middle.
And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. Hunter Pence will dig in 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance.
And I scored.
Andre Ethier digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Pulled toward right center field. Ra on the move. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away. Offense apparently not hard to come by tonight. Scott Ra will be the batter. He reached on an error and later scored his last time.
Yeah, still looking for his first hit of the game, so let's see if he can come through with that one right here.
Lifted the other way out to left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Giants down in order. This one remains close. It's 6-5.
Oh, like a really nice basket cut, wasn't it?
Now a fastball is lifted into the air to shallow center, and that's going to be a base hit. So a great job off the bench as he's aboard to kick off their half of the inning.
Well, it's been a game of offense so far, so no surprise the leadoff man's on base again. So let's see what we've got in store for us this time around.
Kike Hernandez strides in, grounded out his last time through.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
I would say milkshakes and peppers.
This one's blooped out toward right center field. Pence coming on, but he won't get there. It falls in. The throw home, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
So what's going on?
Just a little parachute shot out there into right field, but, you know, it's going to work for him as you see it get down.
So it's first and second now. Nobody out. And stepping in now, the slugging first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Pence has a read on it. He's got it 1 away. Into the box for the Dodgers now, Justin Turner. He'll try to do damage with the bases loaded and 2 gone. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Tomlinson is there to make the catch, and they'll escape the bases loaded jam. Scott Ra struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0 for 4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go over, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
Lifted the other way to left center. Hernandez is in pursuit. Looks it into his glove.
Well, it's not all my fault. You know, there's other players in this team. Hey, look. There's other players in this team. I can't do everything all the time.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our top player of the game.
He's like,
yeah, you see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This one was tight throughout, but in the end, he really helped lead his guys to this victory.
So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Eric Harros and Steve Lyons, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Maybe somebody else could take a turn being good for once. Can't always be me. Hernandez. 738. Let's see. And durability. I need some durability. Nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do that. I can do the arm. Can't do that. Can't do that. at the Braves. Do one more series. Probably not eligible for any awards because I don't think I have enough at-bats. Nope. Let's see, 25, 27, 6 stolen bases, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 9 doubles, 6 triples. Yeah, probably don't have enough at-bats to be considered for any of those awards. That's alright, there's always next year. No, I'm not doing base stealing. I hate doing those things.
We are under the lights here on a Friday night at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the Atlanta Braves and the San Francisco Giants. Get ready for Giants baseball next. And now here's the starting 9 for the visiting Atlanta Braves. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, one guy to watch is Nick Markakis. He has more runs scored than anyone in this lineup, so it's going to be vital that he's able to get on base and into scoring position.
Scott Raw comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Scott Raw.
Hit the other way out toward right field. On the move is Markakis. Makes the play, 1 away. And with that, a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, they got to love the production they're getting out of their leadoff hitter right now. He's been a menace to opposing pitchers lately. He's hit 4 home runs in the last 10 ball games.
Nick Markakis stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Raw giving chase, and that retires the side. Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Scott Raw, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Now a swing, and oh, he gets this one high and deep to right, and this is going to splash down for a home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. 6th home run on the season for him, and just like that, it's now a 5-2 ball game.
Obviously, this is one of the benefits of having a guy like this in the leadoff spot. He's still going to get his chances with runners on base, and he comes through here with a long home run.
Leading off the inning, Jeff Francoeur, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
Crawford onto the grass, 1 away.
The batter, number 1.
Scott Raw will start the inning for San Francisco with Hunter Pence to follow on deck. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lays off 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. This is pulled into right, but this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. Kelly Johnson stands in. He got under one and popped out his last time up. Popped up. Duffy has got it, and the side is retired.
Remember back when
so it's 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Giants 7 and the Braves 4. Scott Raw will stand in as we'll flash you back to the 2nd inning as you get a look at this key 3-run home run.
Remember that? All them years ago? Don't know exactly what year it was. But it battled right down to the line.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit hard towards center, and that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
And at this point, I don't think you could expect anything less.
I just remember those.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Hunter Pence. Seven runs, 9 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Scott Raw steps in and perhaps looking to drive another one out of the park just like he did in the 2nd. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run.
I think it's starting to get a long pitch right now.
So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. His 2nd of the game, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Well, this is the chance you take when you work up in the zone like this. I mean, this is right in his happy zone, and he jumps all over it and sends it right over the wall.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, well, he really drove the ball well in this one. Winds up finishing with 6 RBIs. I'd say that's a pretty good day's work.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Harrow, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out. So a move for a pinch hitter as he'll come on to hit with runners at first and second and still only 1 out. Now it looks like the Braves are going to get a lefty up and throwing in their bullpen.
Now batting, center fielder, Scott Raw.
Scott Raw comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
Scorched to third, reined in, 1 there. On the first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end the threat. We're back with more. Alex Torres will be summoned from the bullpen now. And guys, little doubt that the big bat here tonight belonged to this gentleman right here, Jeff Francoeur. What a performance he turned in. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end this really could have been.
A truly gorgeous afternoon for baseball now from sunny AT&T Park in San Francisco. Today it's the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Atlanta Braves and the San Francisco Giants. And now a moment to show you the lineup for Atlanta in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, I think the focus has to be on the man hitting third.
Chris Heston, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. What's your take on him, EK?
Yeah, Matty, he was effective in his last start, but he only got into the 6th inning. Got his ball club to win, but they'd like to see him go a little deeper here.
Scott Raw will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Eric, these Braves, as they begin here this afternoon, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
After the loss in the opener of the series, that was a much-needed win yesterday, so they can look to win this series and take 2 out of 3 if they can just take care of business here.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Beckham is able to look this one in just past the third base dugout, and that's out number 2. Gordon Beckham will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Moving under it, Raw. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And with that, Scott Raw is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. Not much to shout about for either team here as we start the 4th inning. 0-0.
Yeah, I think we kind of knew that pitching might take the upper hand here. Maybe not to this extent, but both guys have really thrown the ball well.
Number 17. Scott Raw will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line driver right back up the middle.
And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with 1 away.
Brandon Belt will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Ken Mackey will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game. Hit hard up the middle. Backhanded. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Number 17.
Scott Raw gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Into the seats, 0-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, they tried to let him finish off the complete game, but he wound up needing a little help to get the final 2 outs. Still, 8 1/3 quality innings. We'll take that every time.
No errors.
So that'll just about...
So I'll go for... I think I'm going to make that it for this broadcast. Or whatever you want to call it. Proceeding ones probably won't be this long. Maybe they'll be longer. I don't know.